This used to be a Leatherman wave. Obviously taken it apart. And typically when I take a multi-tool apart, I like to lay it out like this in the order that it was disassembled so that I know exactly how to put these things back together, work from the outside in. If you don't have a system, it can become really quite difficult. But today, what we are going to do is take all of these parts. Let's get those washers and mix them all up and try and put it back together. Normally, I would be completely out of luck, but today we are introducing our new diagrams available at multipartstore.com/resources. You can see I've got the Wave Plus diagram here. We've got 9 different diagrams available at launch. The Arc Wave Rebar, Surge, Super Tool, the Wave Alpha, the Sidekick, the Wingman, and the Signal. And we hopefully will be adding some more soon. Each of these diagrams is going to have some useful information. We've got the pivot diameter as well as the drive size for that particular pivot set. We've also got callouts for the washers so you can see what size they are, because a lot of them look the same but are slightly different than others. And all of this comes together to give you a comprehensive look at the construction of your particular tool. So in order to see this in use, we've got our Wave Plus diagram here. You can see it says Wave Plus right up at the top. We've got that pivot information. And we know we are going to be using the T10 security Torx, which I've already got ready to go in our screwdrivers. So let's try and rebuild this Leatherman wave. I'm going to start by finding the frame side I want. This one you can see at the top there maybe says 1, 2, and 3 on the inch markings, and you'll see matching callouts here so you know which side of the frame goes where. I'm going to slide this off to maybe right about there so I can get to work. That is the side we are going to be starting with, and I would typically use just a simple brass punch to assemble these, but we are testing out some assembly tools that we'll talk about in a future video. So let's get to work. I want to start with the plier head, and one thing I want to check here on the 1, 2, and 3 side is which way the pivot screw comes in. So you can see the pivot screws at the top, which means the pivot comes in from the bottom here. By the way, all of these are based off of photos I've taken from the end of the tool. So if that helps orient that in your mind, I'll mention it now. We're going to slip our pivot tool into place. That's going to help align that plier head. And then we are going to start building outward. I know on that side there, we are going to be going with the plain edge knife blade. And I'm just going to work straight out of this box of parts. We've got a bronze washer first. And it does have measurements there on the diagram, though I believe all of these wave bronze washers are the same size as each other, so it doesn't matter which one we grab. I could check that using the handy information in the diagram as well. So I've got that guy there. I'm going to hold off on putting those other guys in place because I'm going to grab our pivot. You'll notice, well, we'll talk about that later, but it does seat right onto our assembly tool, and we can press that into place. I'm going to use that some more here. We'll do a full video on these, I promise. Opposite of the plain edge blade, we know we've got the file. So we're going to grab another one of our bronze washers and drop that down. And then we'll grab our diamond file here and press that down into place. We've done plenty of videos disassembling and reassembling the Leatherman wave, but today we've got that useful diagram with us. I'll mention here as well, if you guys notice anything mistaken, these were all, put together by me. If there's any issues you find with them, let me know. We'll update those on our website. So whenever you grab those, they will be the most updated versions that we have. So we've got that screw tightened. I won't over tighten right now just for the sake of the video, but you guys know I would normally do some extra work there as well as add some Loctite. We're going to jump over to the other side, and here you can kind of see how those diagrams match up to the part. Our pivot screw over here is going to come in from down below. or excuse me, our pivot's going to come in from the top is what I want to know. So we're going to insert our assembly tool from there, and we will grab our serrated blade as well as another bronze washer. When we started this channel, every time I would disassemble, we have our Mod Monday series where I tend to disassemble and reassemble tools a lot. And I would always just have to remember or use that system I showed you earlier to try and keep everything put back together. Well, I've taken the time with some brand new tools to make sure we got these diagrams as dialed in as we possibly can off the bat. So they should match the way that your tool comes out of the factory. And it's not necessarily just for rebuilding a tool, but sometimes you're trying to do a modification. You want to know what part goes where ahead of time, so you can take a look at those. Again, multipartstore.com/resources is where we've got all of these and more. Let's get that pivot screw started. And if you're just doing this for the first or second time, I could understand why you might have come across this video. If things go well, then it won't take me long to assemble these, but that doesn't mean it should be as quick for you guys. I have done this a fair few times, and even still, I do make mistakes. Let's grab a second screwdriver here because that pivot is giving me some trouble. So I'm just going to use a second screwdriver to back that up. If you want more tips and tricks on the assembly process itself, feel free to jump over to our Mod Monday playlist where you'll see some more videos of these assemblies in a little bit more detail. I'm trying to do it fast because the video is not about the assembly process, but rather about the diagrams we've got. So we'll make sure that works. It does. So we are good to move on to the tool side. So I'm going to scroll up in my document. These are all, by the way, sized for, I believe, 8x10. So if you want to print these out, they are licensed under a Creative Commons license. So you are welcome to use them for all sorts of things. You can see those details on the webpage, on the blog post about these. So for our internal tools, give me one moment. So again, we are looking at our 1-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch side frame. We're matching that up with the left-hand side of our document, and our pivot comes in from the top. So that's how we'll be inserting our assembly tool. I'm going to go ahead and grab the little Bessie vise that we use sometimes here on the channel and just chalk this up. This will help keep it steady for you guys to see a little bit better what we are doing. Pair of tweezers here. And inside of our tool, we're going to start with the can opener on this side. So let's grab that. You know, as many of these tools as I have taken apart and put back together, I still cannot remember exactly what goes where. And that's just on, you know, this tool. There's, like I said, lots of different tools available. So hopefully it'll help some of you guys out. I'm going to grab a keyed washer here and add that on next. Tweezers are just helping my fat fingers find their way in between these frames. And next up should be, yes, it is the bit driver. So let's add that in place. And we can start adding our caps to the outside. Should be that guy there. These are all, like I said, called out in the diagrams. The lanyard ring does not go on this side. That's one thing I wanted to check. And now we can get our pivot in place and drop it in like so. I lost our cap. That's okay. Slide that in place. We'll grab our pivot screw. I'm just pinching these so they don't fall apart on me. But everything's already in place. So let's tighten up that pivot screw. And we'll be done with this side of the tool. So you can see how knowing where things go and having the right tools can be of great help here. So just, again, not going to over tighten, not going to worry about tension right now. That's something that you can pretty easily adjust down the road. But we're just going to get them together. All right, we've jumped over to the 5, 6, 7-inch frame. So we want to make sure we are orienting this right. for instance, this side here is going to, how do I show you this? This is kind of like this in our diagram. That makes sense, I guess. So on that guy, we are going to look for our pivot, which comes in from the bottom down here. You see our pivot marked right there. Sorry if that's a little blurry. I know it's focusing up on the top here. So we'll insert our alignment tool from that end. And inside of there, we're going to start off with the large flat screwdriver. I almost start to feel like an expert doing this when I have these diagrams. It's kind of crazy. This is one of the other, I've talked about this recently on a couple of things. Designing these tools as much for myself as it is for you guys, but then trying to make them available to y'all so you can have just as much luck with this multi-tool modification stuff and repair stuff as I do, or more, hopefully. Let's see, we need another keyed washer based on the diagram. I'm never going to be able to pick this up. There we go. Grab that keyed washer there. Rocking the Orient Bambino for those who are wondering. Been wearing my G-Shock a lot lately, but just switch things up today. Next up is the scissors, so we will get those sorted out. I'm going to slip those down in between, and this is where things will inevitably go wrong. I don't think they went wrong. That was crazy. All right, let's get our end caps in place again. We're just going to do the left side because the last time the right side fell off. So we're going to get that left side in place, and we'll just pop our pivot straight through. Over on this side, I'm going to double check our diagram. Yes, we are going to get our lanyard ring next, and I always put this on backwards, but this time I shall not, or at least I'll try not to. I know I'm blocking the view. I do apologize. That's just sometimes how things have to happen. Will it stay? It'll stay, so we're going to leave it. Let's not breathe too heavily. Once that screw gets started, it's just a sigh of relief goes through my brain every time, because it just means that things are not going to come free on us. So again, not going to worry too much about tension right now to keep the video as short as possible. Hit subscribe if you want to see more about these guys, because that video is coming out soon. And that's all of our parts. We didn't forget anything. Let's get this tool out and double check everything is good to go. Our pliers do fold in, they fold out. Excellent. Our external tools, a little stiff. I would probably loosen that pivot, but they are working fine. And our internal tools as well, I hope. Yes. So that's how quick, I don't know how long we've been recording, but that's how quick you can fully reassemble a tool from scratch with the help of these diagrams. Again, we've got 9 tools coming up. If you guys have questions, comments about these, I'll put my email in the description below, so you can let me know if you want to see more of these, what ones you'd want to see next, as well as any errors, let me know. They are put together by hand, so you never know. And we'll be using these more in our Mod Monday videos coming up soon. So check those videos out. As always, these will be available in our resources page, multipartstore.com/resources. Link will be in the description. I wanted to mention again, we've got that Creative Commons license on this. So if you guys have a use for it, look into that and feel free to use these for your own good. I hope you find it helpful. Catch you next week.